And Shuli, he didn't he took Carl's approach in that he said that we had a rough opening and then recovered, but that's not exactly what happened. The doors opened an hour late, the event started an hour late. Shuli likes to really chop a little time off that. It was 50 minutes. uh, it's funny how he does this double talk where he's almost admitting the full truth and he's admitting most of the truth, but he's just taking off little faults all the time. But in the execution of this show, Shuli proved that he has less know-how and conviction to put on a good show for his fans than any of the open mic hosts that you will come across of. Go to your local one. He's putting it together better. If he brought his own sound and he's hooking it up with his own mixer, he's doing a better job than Shuli is here. Shuli, he did not. They had a stand-up portion and they would not move it to the front. No one thought of it. No one was in charge, really, is the problem. And Shuli did a money grab, as you saw on that clip. Let's go to the expert Bobcat, who had his feet on the ground at the Pottstown Massacre, as well as doing some research for us. Take it away, Bobcat.
I don't know why it's called a comedy club. I don't know
not.
if it is okay, because they keep saying Soul Joe's Comedy Club. So apparently it's this big building. I saw pictures of it. Probably a lot of people have. It looked more like it would be a place where someone would get married. It's a very big like ballroom that they set up all these chairs. You know, there's a stage and they set up all these chairs like a wedding.
Like the Nashville City Winery?
No, that's a venue.
Yeah.
Where there's live music, live performances.
There's no
This
stage.
is not that at all.
Okay.
I don't think they had sound there, which is why they had to bring their own sound.
As I said, many open mic stand-up hosts bring their own sound, but this kind of struck me. Carl is saying, no, that's a venue. Nashville City Winery. We see a few pictures here. There it is with a band in it. I bet they got acoustics right just for live performances, live music, things like that. An absolutely beautiful venue to do music in. I would like to see a show there, actually, after looking at some of those. And why was he striking down? No, that's a venue. What is Pottstown? Well, the Pottstown venue looks like a hall at your local church. I performed a Western theater show at a place that looked exactly like that for about 2-3 dozen people. And here it is from the other side. And yeah, it does look proper. I'd say like for a funeral, wouldn't you say? It looks proper for mourners to come and pay their respects to the dead. But we had a crude comedy show here, but we did have 2 rooms. Let's hear about what else was going on at Soul Joel's here at a place that was set up like for a theater show that had no waitresses. It had no tables to put your non-existent food or your drinks that you would have to get up and get yourself because there was only 1 or 2 bartenders and no waitresses.
Which is why they had issues.
Correct.
But hold on, the funniest part is I just got to get this point out because it's this big building. You walk in, and one of the wings of the building has a funeral going on, and it's Daryl Hall.
As it looks appropriate for, but damn it, I kind of jumped over that clip. Whose funeral is it, Carl?
Oh my God. And it's Daryl Hall's mom. Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates is from Pottsville. And his mom just passed away.
Was he there?
Yes.
Oh.
So you got
signing autographs.
He's signing Shuli posters.
So we do indeed have a funeral next door, and this is not just any crude comedy show, but a crude comedy show that has a fat, naked man. They had testicles of a disgusting, naked, fat man on stage, just very close to a room full of mourners of a multiple-time Grammy-winning, multiple-time top 40 hit, #1 over and over again artist. And they scheduled this. They couldn't. Soul Joel, you scheduled it. I don't think you're going to get repeat business from the Hall family after they were looking for a peaceful remembrance. And they got High Pitch Eric and Perry Caravello next door. Those voices.
Did Cardiff get him on his show?
Probably. So you walk in, and you're like, funeral this way, centering down this way, and you're like, yeah, I'm not even sure now.
Can we do both?
Does VIB cover that?
Soul Joel's used to be in the next town over, and it literally was just a tent.
That begs the question, why did they elect to do it there?
I found this out.
Oh,
okay.
So on Shuli's website, it says his manager agent is Joel. Because I was wondering the same thing. So Soul Joel has a relationship with Shuli. Shuli said they want to be on the East Coast, whatever. I think that was a little bit of stretching it. So
Shuli and his manager decided to go to this building. His manager owns it, which means there is no one to pay rent to, which is more talking about the money grab. They were looking for the minimum effort with no overhead whatsoever. So we're going to split this money anyway. So how about we find somewhere where we don't have to pay rent, despite of how many or how little fans we have there? And the answer was a dozen. They had a dozen fans in Pottstown.
Shuli has a relationship with Joel. And
Harry had
they
fans
do get
flew
some
in.
half decent acts around here. Nothing crazy. But like I said, we're like 45 minutes outside of Philadelphia. There's not a lot in Pottstown. It's a suburban area with a lot of farms and whatnot.
I just love the fact.
Rochester.
Well, I was going to say, I love the fact that this actually made the Rochester show seem like a good destination. Like we did a show in Rochester at the beginning of February. It was 0 degrees out. And people are like, yeah, but there's an airport and you can get an Uber.
Yeah. First time in 10 fucking years I had to drive in the snow. It was coming down slowly but steadily night one. And my way back to the hotel, oh shit. I pulled it off though. Hooray me.
Well, it's not
That's his name is
cold.
Dandy.
Well, I said it's about 45 minutes north of Philly to get here. It's really not near anything. There's a Pottstown airport, but it's only like little tiny planes. You're not flying in there.
So what Shuli did here was expose himself as lazy, unambitious, and incompetent. After 20 years experience of doing live shows with the Killers of Comedy and the Block Party, Shuli has no clue how to promise a show and follow through. But how does this happen? This is Shuli trying to recreate Howard Stern in 2006 with himself sitting on the Howard Stern throne. And the Stern show was poorly run until Marcy Turk came in and told all the clowns that were part of the staff to stop throwing pies at each other and put on some collared shirts. Shuli strives for that before time, the incompetence. Shuli wants the Shuli network to be incompetent, and I can't support that. You know how signs on stores will say under new management? If the Shuli network were to put up such a sign, it would only say under management because no one runs the Shuli network. We will be getting further into the events at Pottstown next time. But what happened was Shuli took no leadership role until for about 6 hours on the day. He took a leadership role, found a map, made his captain's hat out of it. And that was just long enough to fuck everything up and leave everyone stranded at sea with no hope of coming back. But we will talk about that, and we will talk about how he used Ray DeVito as a distraction. I suppose that was on this week's board, but we'll get much more into his treatment of Ray DeVito and how he shined a spotlight on Ray for anything and everything. Some of it, Ray was foolish. Some of it, Shuli absolutely manufactured because he is trying to take the heat off of him for being borderline fraudulent. You did not design a poster. And it doesn't even matter that people don't care about posters, so to speak, except for the fact you promised signed posters. And I think you designed them about a month after the event based on once you started telling people, hey, you can get these posters if you want it that I promised to you a month ago. Do you still want it? But that is enough for this week. We are running long and our